how many sims is too many? It's a question I've been asking myself this week when I realised that my last 5 race videos have featured 5 different sims. Now, am I stretching myself too thin? Will I never be anything better than bang average in any of them if I keep hopping between so many different titles? Let's find out. We've all heard the old phrase, jack of all trades, master of none. Well, can the same be said of sim racing? If you dip in and out of all the sims, how much will it affect your overall performance and enjoyment? Last week I finally bought Automobilista 2 and I did my first online race in it. It's become the 5th sim racing title I regularly play, joining iRacing, Assetto Corsa Competizione, rFactor 2 and RaceRoom. But that's got me thinking, am I not getting the most out of my sim racing by spreading myself across so many titles? Is there an optimum number of sims I should be aiming for to get the very best balance between success and enjoyment? Whisper it quietly, but sim racing titles are like any other video game. The more hours you spend on it, the more you get used to it and the better you get. So to answer the question, I asked you what you thought, and thank you to everyone who responded or voted. The results show that, broadly speaking, you'll find 3 types of driver on a racetrack. If you're really competitive and you want to take sim racing seriously, you'll definitely be racing to win. Specialising in one sim greatly increases your chances. Many will go even further. They'll specialise in one specific car within that sim. If you have aspirations to top podiums, achieve big ratings and race against the very best, concentrating on one sim is of course the way to go. Even if you're not going all out to win, you'll drive more confidently, safely and with a more rounded and complete understanding of the physics. 20% of viewers said they preferred to stick to one sim. The vast majority, however, prefer a bit of variety. 66% of you said you'll regularly race in 2 or 3 sims. A lot of you said you'd primarily focus on one sim for the reasons I just mentioned, but you'd like to have another option or 2 as a backup. Others, though, will regularly switch between 2 or 3 just because of the extra race options it provides you. Either way, competing in 2 or 3 sims requires you to be a little bit more adaptable if you want to perform well. Things such as car physics and force feedback can vary greatly between sims. For example, you'll need to drive a GT3 car in a completely different way in ACC than you might need to in iRacing or RaceRoom. Having 2 or 3 titles on the go may see your performance dip slightly as a result, but that's not a problem if a bit more variety makes your sim racing more interesting and more fun. For the rest of you, the answer was simple. The more the better. 14% of you said you'll regularly race 4 or more sim racing titles. Why? Because win or lose, you just love to sim race. So what do I think? Well, I think the fact that my last 5 races have taken place in 5 different sims puts me firmly in that 3rd camp. I love the variety. Of course I love to win too, but I'm not overly competitive by nature. The 2 things I enjoy the most about sim racing are its drama and its unpredictability. That's what's inspired me to make videos in the first place. I wanted to share that excitement and the enjoyment that I have for sim racing. Whether that occurs in a battle for a race win or in a struggle towards the back, I really don't mind. In all sims, my ratings have pretty much flatlined now. I think I've reached the peak of my ability while racing on so many different platforms. Part of me thinks I should drop a couple of titles and concentrate on 2 or 3. If I can get myself a bit quicker in them, it might open up some even more dramatic battles for me. But will I miss the variety too much? In the end, yes, I expect I will. Ultimately for me, sim racing is purely about fun and escapism. I'll fire up a sim and enter a race on impulse, depending on what mood I'm in and what I fancy. And that's why there's been so much variety on the channel lately. What do you think? I'd love to know how many sims gets the balance just right for you. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you like the look of any of the battles you've seen on screen, please do check out my race videos. I'd recommend you to start with this one. It is an absolute cracker. Thanks ever so much for watching.